60 seconds, one story. Let's talk about the scam is on again. The ABC, the state-run media, is running today a story about a Republican leader talking about how Xi Jinping stays up at night, is kept up at night because of the Aukus deal. And the Aukus deal, as people should know, is a $400 billion deal to build 8 submarines. Okay, so I thought I'd do a little bit of investigation and pass on some information. So this is specifically for Aussies and anyone interested. And if you're Australian, do share this video with your friends. Our current fleet is made up of these ships. Okay, basically 4 ships: the Collins-class submarines, which are out of action, by the way. No, I think only one is out of 6 on the field. Canberra-class helicopter frigates. Helicopter carriers, Anzac-class frigates, which we have 7. Hobart class missile destroyers, which we have 3. Now, here's some footage which also matches that in military firepower. These numbers are taken from the Navy's website, but this is also military firepower, which aggregates, and it's good to see that it's pretty much spot on the same. Now, some numbers for your ass. Okay, Canberra class, 2 of them, they're big helicopter carriers, $3.1 billion that cost. Anzac class frigates, $7 billion. That's in older dollars. So you got to add some inflation to that. Hobart class missile destroyers, 3 of them for $9 billion. They're reasonably advanced, those ones, and obviously the Collins class, which are rubbish, ready to go out the door for $5.1 billion. Now this comes to a total program cost for our warships at $24.2 billion. Add some inflation to that. Even put it to 30 billion if you want. The Navy sustainment budget, which is in their audit, you can get this online because we're in a democracy. $2.4 billion in 2019, but the budget to sustain those 8 frigates that I mentioned from between 19 to 27 is 3.4 billion, and the Navy actually wants to extend the life of those. So what does this mean? All right, it costs us like 2 to 3 billion a year to maintain our fleet. Our fleet is made up of really a small fleet, which is 3 missile destroyers, advanced guided missile destroyers, 2 helicopter carriers, and 7 frigates that also carry helicopters, anti-sub, all of that crap. All of that costs us 24 billion. Now we are gonna spend 400 billion dollars to purchase 8 nuclear subs to combat Russia, China, and their allies in the Pacific. And this idiot Republican and our idiot ABC called us a Pacific power. A Pacific power with like 10 boats. Here's a list of Russia, China, and Indonesia's boats. And yes, Indonesia's not our ally. I know you might think they are, but they've recently done close interoperable drills with Russia. His story on it. So essentially, I've been watching this trend for like 3 years, and I get an opportunity to actually say it out loud to the public. We have keep getting the truck backed up to our treasury, and they run off with our money. These Americans, they run off with our money, all the while greasing the wheels to these Liberal and Labor politicians en masse. And I think they get it pretty cheap. I'd imagine they get it pretty cheap. I reckon they'd get 100 grand each to the coffers and a promise to be invited to the parties in the new Rome, which is Washington, D.C. So, Aussies, I'm not sure what to do about it, but there's the information. Quick recap: our entire fleet costs 24 billion. We're going to spend 400 billion on 8 nuclear submarines that aren't going to be delivered until mid 2030s for 1 or 2, if at all, and the rest by 2050. You're freaking kidding, aren't you?